Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you guys are watching this video from. Today I came for a hike, and while I was hiking there were a couple of things that was on my head, especially with the movie that I watched a couple of weeks ago. It's called PATHAAN Movie, and there were a couple of things that I did not like about the movie, and I was like, oh, maybe I should make a video. That thing has crossed my mind a couple of times ago, but didn't have time to do it. But since I was hiking and my mind was clear, so I just took a spot here. As you can see at the background, I'm still at the woods hiking, so I'm sitting in a picnic table. So it's just an impromptu video, so I hope I'm pretty sure the audio is not that great, but I just wanted to capture all the thoughts that I had. So before I get into the 5 things I hate or did not like of the movie, I would like to first of all congratulate the whole PATHAAN team. This PATHAAN movie was not only important for every star cast and also the production house, but also for Bollywood movie industry itself. Shah Rukh Khan, Deepika, John Abraham, and also the YRF movie, they haven't done that well in the past couple of years, and it was really high time for them to come up with some great movie, or a movie that that did good business. And also, if you see a couple of maybe last year or so, every Bollywood movie that came in the market, they just didn't do well, except Drishyam Part 2, right? So it was a really good time that it came out, and then it did really good. It broke every record that was set by the previous movies, and it did really good, not only in India but all over the world. So kudos to the team. I'm really happy for Shah Rukh Khan, because it was his comeback movie and he did really great. So yeah, kudos to the whole team. I hope to see more good projects coming up in the future as well. So yeah, after saying that, let's get to the actual video, or the things that I wanted to say in this video. The 5 things I hate, or the things that I did not like about the movie, is first of all the storyline. The storyline, if you think about it, right, it's not set up properly. The script could have been tighter. The storyline would have been tighter. The background story of Pathaan itself was really sketchy. It was not properly thought up. It felt as if like they just put it together, and it was a last minute thing, right? Even Deepika. So they could have done a little bit better when it comes to the storyline. So first of all, that was the first thing I did not like about this movie. The second thing I did not like about the movie itself is the character development, right? I think one of the most important thing that everybody, I don't know whether you guys caught it or not, but for me itself is the team itself that Shah Rukh Khan and Dimple try to come up with a team called Joker, right? They were trying to set up a team like India Raw and CBIs or FBIs or something like that, even Marvel's Avengers or something like that. Everybody has some kind of background stories, but when it comes to the Joker, they forgot the plot, and they did not have any background stories about them, who these people were and how they were. And they could have utilized this, or even like come up with another movie, right, itself called Joker or something like that, to that, because it's a really cool idea, where you bring all these veterans or like patriots who serve for the country, but somehow mentally or physically got hurt, and they could not no longer serve by the government, and the government didn't take care of it. And then it's a team that still has a passion for the country, passion to die for the country. It's a really good concept. I think that's where I think they missed the beat here. They could have done a little bit better on developing this character, so that they could have used it better in the other part of the spy universe. Since everybody knows they are trying to come up with a spy universe where there will be crossovers between Salman's Tiger and Ritik's war movie, Kabir's character. So there will be crossover, right? And also they could have made a separate movie depending upon the budget and something like that, the plan, the roadmap. They could have done a little bit better. I know there is a pattern, or there is a, what do you call him, yeah, there's this thing or hype where everybody's trying to Rohit Shetty is trying to get his cop universe, and now it's a spy universe. And there was another movie, Brahmastra, where they're gonna be like in Astra universe or something like that, Astro universe. So there are a lot of these universe creating, but you need to plan it properly, like how Marvel did. They had the roadmap, they knew how to develop these characters, and then come up with a cool end, right, where they wanted to bring this whole universe, whether so I think that's where they missed the plot. They just wanted, oh yeah, this is a really cool concept, we just wanted to bring these three characters together, but they could have been better, right? So I think that's where they missed. That was the second part that I did not like about this thing. The third thing I did not like about this movie itself is it's far from reality, right? I know that when you come to watch this kind of movie, you don't bring logic to you. You put your logic home and then come here and enjoy. But sometimes I think this movie has crossed that boundary, right, where they take people for granted. I think that's what I think, intelligent for granted, right? There's so many scenes, like for instance, all of a sudden, like in the last part, they'll be like riding in a jetpack more than 100 miles an hour, and all of a sudden you don't have proper gear to use it. Like, even if you watch Mission Impossible movies, Tom Cruise jumps off the airplane, but he has a proper gear. You feel like, oh yeah, it can happen somehow, right? Even though it's for an ordinary people, it's hard, but like if you're a trained person, maybe it is possible. But this movie has crossed all those limitations and boundaries where you think like, oh man, this kind of sucks, right? This kind of sucks. So I think that's where I didn't like about this movie. That was the third part, right? It has crossed that limitations when it comes to logic, right? The fourth thing I did not like about this movie is it can be one, but like I'm contemplating of the 1 and 2, but I just want to put this one at the number 2. First, the fourth thing I did not like about the movie, and that plays the most heavy role in this whole movie, which is the VFX and the special effects, right? If you think about it, this whole movie's more than 50% is shot on green screen, or the special effects. And when it comes to special effects, it lacked a lot, right? There are like cool effects as well, but most of the effects, it's okay, right? But you can clearly see it's not a cool one, right? For instance, the first helicopter scene was so bad, right? Even the jetpack scenes were really bad. When they were fighting on top of that in front of the Burj Khalifa, I think that's what they told everybody, right? And that scene itself, when he was trying to pull that helicopters, and then when he tries to fly, and when the Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika are dangling through that airplane and they try to steal that herb, and then that looks really fake. So there are like so many missed opportunities there. And I quote again, right? There's so many special effect engineers and the software engineers in India. They could have captured, or like they could have hired those people to make these special effects better, right? And also they should have hired third-party consultant to just go over these the final edits of these movies to see, hey, where can we improve, or is there anything that you guys see or something. I don't know why, but they could have done, because right, everybody knows that the budget of this movie was huge, and then they messed up there, right there. And this movie, as I said earlier, more than 50% is shot in green screen, right? And a lot of special effects, and that's where I hated of this movie, the special effects. The number one, right? The number one thing I hated about this movie is the ending. That irks me so much. If you ask me why, the reason is, right, John Abraham's character is an invincible character. He's so strong. He's like almighty character. And all of a sudden, this guy falls off this house they were fighting in, and then he's holding into the plank, and then he could not even hold his own body weight. And this is the same guy that was pulling 2 helicopters with his hands, like with his arms, like with his hands, like 2 arms, like he was pulling those helicopters, and he could not even pull his body weight. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, right? So I think that ending was the worst. But while I say that, I have but there, but I have a hunch, right? I have a hunch that John Abraham is not dead. I might be wrong, but because if you think about it, right, John Abraham only falls, but he does not die. They don't show his dead body or something like that. So I have a hunch that John Abraham's character is going to come in the next Pathaan movie or somewhere down the line. And there is also talks about there might be a prequel where they have John when he's a good Raw member, right? When he's a good Raw character. But if you see in this movie, right, John becomes bad because of how Raw betrayed him and his family when those terrorists were asking for ransom, and then they didn't want to give him the ransom, and the terrorist kills his wife. That's how he goes rogue. So I'm pretty sure, like, you know, they will come with the prequel, and also in the sequel of this Pathaan movie, John is gonna come back and make his entry again. But again, you know, that's just my hunch. But if John really dies in this movie, then that's the worst, you know, the worst thing ever. So yeah, guys, these are the 5 things that I hated about this movie. Please comment if you like it. If you don't like it, you know, put your comment on it. These are, and also, like, these are just my perspective, and also, like, you know, it doesn't have to, you know, align with what you think, because everybody has their own perspective. Just my perspective of the movie. So yeah, guys, all right, if you like this kind of movie, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like icon, hit that comment, and hit that bell notification icon, so that whenever I post new videos, we'll you know, get notified. And let me show you a view here. It's like it's in the woods. So yeah, that's it, guys. All right, I'm signing out. Until then, bye.